This video will focus on 5 NBT4, understanding the place value system. Specifically, this standard's focus is using place value understanding to round decimals to any place. The progression that leads to 5 NBT4, since it's based on place value understanding, goes back to first grade. The idea of rounding numbers based on these understandings actually begins in third grade, where students round whole numbers to the nearest 10 and 100. In fourth grade, students use place value understanding to extend this idea to round whole numbers to any place. And finally, in fifth grade, students build on their fourth grade experiences with rounding and use their understanding of decimal notation and the relationships of the digits in each place value position to make sense of rounding decimals to any place. The rounding you'll see in the video clips that follow involves students using relational understanding, place value understanding, and reasoning rather than rhymes or tricks. If I wanted to find out what whole number 19 and 47/100ths is closest to, we could use a cute rhyme that might help me remember some procedural steps. The problem with these rhymes is that they involve no mathematical reasoning, it's just procedural. This is rounding for the sake of rounding, so why use these? The simple answer is don't. Rhymes and tricks like these do not even come close to the intent of the standard, and they should be avoided. Instead, let's use a number line. First, I need to label my number line. I'm rounding to the nearest whole number, so I need to figure out which two whole numbers are on either side of 19 and 47/100ths. Then, I can label the tenths between those whole numbers. And finally, I can locate where 19 and 47/100ths is on the number line. And I can tell that 19 and 47/100ths is closer to 19 than it is to 20. As a matter of fact, it's only 47/100ths from 19, and it's 53/100ths away from 20. Here, I've used number relationships, and as I'm rounding, I've built my understanding of the base 10 number system with decimals. Eventually, I may not need to use this number line, because I've internalized the relationships and can visualize it in my mind if needed. In this first video clip, the teacher introduces the Georgia Framework's task, Reasonable Rounding, from Unit 2. Notice that she does not tell the students how to complete the task. Instead, she encourages a strategy of building number lines and group work.
So you're going to go back to your groups. Each person will have a sheet of paper, so each paper is going to be responsible for recording on their own sheet of paper. But I'll come around and give you chart paper if y'all want to do like group work first. Okay, there is a front and a back. There are number lines already drawn on here, but if you want to use your group paper to draw the number lines a little bigger and then transfer what you do onto here, that might be a little easier because these are kind of small. Okay, so you're going to take this. Step 1 is going to be read what you need to do, and then you're going to work through there. Same groups, we pass those out, and I'll get you paper and markers.
Watch now as one group begins to make sense of where to place 33,883,641 and 31/100ths on a number line. Which standard for mathematical practice are they struggling with? What other questions might you ask this group to build their understanding of the magnitude of number?
Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, this is 8.
So this is 8, and then 80.
1, 2,
8
3,
on last.
5, 6, 7, right here.
That's 8. Yeah, that's 8.
think
So
on both
then
sides of your brain.
3. So then 3 would be about right there. So
Mark it with a brown marker.
83. Yeah.
I'm right around here.
Wait. Where is it? It's right here.
It's fine if you draw my finger.
When you did this, you found that, I watched how you went through it. You went, because 33 million's down there, 34 million's down here, right? And you counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get there, right? What does that 8 mean?
It's
Yeah, it's
the 800.
yeah. To get this.
It's like it's
The 800.
it's that digit, and then we count
The
it
800,000.
to 8.
As students work, they are encouraged to attend to precision during group discussions. As they wrap up this rounding task, these students begin to use precise language, identifying units, and connecting place value to the concept of rounding. The problem in this next clip describes someone who takes 14 and 486 thousandths and rounds it to 14 and 49 hundredths. Then, they take the 14 and 49 hundredths and round it to 14 and 5 tenths. Finally, he takes 14 and 5 tenths and rounds that to 15. The student's task is to find out why this is misleading.
He just rounded each number was at 0. Rounded 8 was at 6, and now down to 14.49 hundredths. And then he did the same thing for each one until he got to 15.
Okay, so how can that be misleading? Was this number closer to 15 or is it closer to 14?
Closer to 14.
Closer to 14.
A nice follow-up to this reasonable rounding task might be batter up, which can also be found in Unit 2 of the Georgia Frameworks for 5th grade. In addition, tasks like this open middle problem can be used to increase rigor and to allow students to use the errors that they make as tools to solve problems and grow as mathematical thinkers. There's a whole lot of building understanding of number taking place in this standard. Let's make sure we're allowing students the opportunity to build this understanding conceptually. For additional support and resources, please visit GeorgiaStandards.Org, where you can access additional tasks, intervention materials, and more.